Hi guys, this is Quentin from QuentinVision, and today I'm here with Girmay Zahilay, and he is running for King County District 2. So, I have a few questions for you.
Let's do it.
As an elected official, how will you help kids and families in need in Seattle?
Wow, I love that question. First of all, I gotta say that you're the first person in my life who I met them that day and you pronounce both my first name and my last name right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's awesome. Thank you for that question, Quentin. How will we help families in need? Well, that's the whole reason why I'm running in the first place. I grew up in South Seattle to a single mother who works as a nursing assistant, low-wage jobs her whole life, works double shift, night shifts, 7 days a week, and still had trouble paying for rent, paying for medical expenses, paying for childcare. And so I think we need better regional policies to help people like that. Because I want to live in a county where if you work a full-time job, you don't have to worry about your rent expenses anymore. If you work a full-time job, you don't have to worry about medical expenses. If you work a full-time job, you don't need to worry that your car payments are going to trap you in a cycle of poverty, because your regional government has stepped up and said we're going to have effective transportation where you can step outside your building and get to wherever you need to go around the city, because that's what a modern society should be like. So I support having mentoring programs where we can work with youth like yourself and make sure that all opportunities are open to you. I support having a criminal justice system that does not saddle our young people with criminal records and keep them from getting jobs and education in the future, but instead connects them to the resources they need so that they can prosper. I support having job trainings programs and affordable homes so that people can live and work where they live. So these are all things that we can do together to make us a region where everybody can live and be successful however they define that.
Yeah, all right. Since I am under the legal voting age, what can I do to encourage people to vote, especially people 18 and up? Kids seem to think that their vote doesn't matter.
Quentin, you're doing it right now. You can't legally vote, but you're out here volunteering, you're getting involved, you reached out proactively, and we as adults need to do a better job of uplifting your voice, because you're the one who has to inherit the consequences of the decisions that we as adults make. Yesterday, I went to a climate strike that was organized by a bunch of high school students, and I'm seeing so much momentum around climate change, precisely because young people are letting it be known that we're the ones who are going to have to live the consequences of climate change. And so the fact that your generation is creating strikes and creating YouTube channels to interview candidates and holding us accountable, that's so important. And hopefully one day we can lower the voting age so that you can vote too.
Yeah, that would be awesome if you lower the voting age, because then I could vote right now and that would be awesome.
I would love for you to be able to vote.
So, you co-founded the Rising Leaders. Can you tell me a little about this program? And it was in New York, right?
Absolutely, yes. So since neither of my parents went to college or high school, I know the value of having mentors and other people who have gone and gotten their higher education, so that we can go back and help people who don't have that background achieve that as well. So after I graduated law school, a few friends and I started a program where we partner with local middle schools to give underserved students mentors and life skills training. We go into the middle school, we do workshops to help complement the middle school curriculum. So things like public speaking, career development, financial literacy, resiliency training, all the things that we feel that at the middle school level would prepare you to hit the ground running in high school, we'll teach you that. And it's been a great program. Once we started it in New York, we then spread it to Seattle and to Washington, D.C. as well. And it's just a great program where we let young people connect with adults, and those adults can act as case managers, mentors, and an extra source of support for the youth. I think it's really important.
All right. What is your greatest strength in life and in work?
Wow, my greatest strength. I don't know. Can I ask the audience? What's my greatest strength? Friends, Kelly, what's my greatest strength?
I would be on camera. So Girmay just pulls people together, and he's really humble. So he asks people what they think. He also is really confident in leading people. So so you just want to follow him. So I am on camera. So yeah, he's just a person that you want to follow as a leader, but he has a lot of humility in how he approaches that role.
Right. So I pull people together and I'm humble. I didn't want to say it myself.
So, if you received $1 million grant to spend on anything in our city, what would you spend it on and why?
That's such a great question. Your questions are awesome. $1 million. I think with $1 million, I would want to start a fund for childcare services. I know there are so many families in our region who are unable to be productive at work or help their kids at school just because they don't have childcare services. So I would start a fund where we say, hey families, here's a little bit of extra money to help you find a childcare provider, so that you can go to work without having the stress of feeling like your kids are left at home. And we won't have a generation of kids who are left home alone. And you know, I was one of those kids who just didn't have a lot of parents around because of the work schedule and things like that. And there are all kinds of unintended consequences when that happens. Children left at home, higher levels of stress for parents, the impact that has on educational outcomes. So I think that's what I would do.
All right. Okay, so how about a couple of fun questions?
Yes.
What's your favorite book?
No more hot seat.
What's your favorite book that you would suggest I read?
Okay, have you read the Harry Potter series?
Oh, I'm reading it right now.
Which book are you on?
I'm on the fourth one.
The fourth
Goblet of
one.
Fire, yeah.
Oh man, I think is that my favorite one? That's one of my favorite ones. So I recommend you finish that series because it just as a kid, I don't know, I shouldn't say this out loud, but I didn't like to read a lot. So that book though reinvigorated my desire to read because you get lost in it. Don't you feel like you get lost in it when you're in those books?
It's a good book.
Yeah, I used to go through 800-page books in a day and literally from morning to night just don't do anything but read those books. And I think it's really important to spark the imagination of youth, and I think that's what that book did.
Yeah. I love to read too.
Who's your favorite character in Harry Potter? You're not ready for my questions, huh?
Probably Harry. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Harry's a good guy.
Yeah.
He brings people together and he's humble.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie or TV show and favorite artist?
Oh, favorite movie or favorite TV show? My favorite TV show is The Office. Have you ever heard of that show?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay. All right, parents, we gotta spark up the Netflix and let Quentin watch The Office. It's hilarious. You probably won't find it funny at your age, though. I think it took me a while to think it was funny, but it's a hilarious show. And then what was the second question?
Your favorite artist.
My favorite artist. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one. So this can be any kind of art, right? It doesn't have to be like painting or anything like that, does it?
Yeah, I guess any kind of just job-related artist, yeah.
Okay. So let's see. This is a good one. Can I say Will Smith? He does everything. He does music and TV shows and movies, and he's so charismatic and positive. So I'm gonna go and say Will Smith.
All right. And then, yeah, that's it.
All right.
So,
thank you so much.
Thank you for talking with me. It's been cool.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you, Quentin.
Yeah.
All right. What got you interested in this campaign and in campaigns in general?
Probably just like wanting to vote. I've always wanted to vote, and I want to help get people in office and stuff.
Absolutely.
And I want to help the city and make the city grow more.
Yes.
And help people in poverty and need and stuff. And
yes.
I really want that to happen.
I think that's so important. And like I mentioned before, I've seen so many young people in your generation getting involved, especially around climate change lately. And that's because of people like you. Your YouTube channel can be a tool for spreading a message and getting people involved. And there's nothing more important than that. So thank you for the work that you do, Quentin.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you for letting me interview.
Can we give a round of applause for Quentin? Thank you, brother.
I wish him so much luck on election day.
Thank you so much, Quentin. I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
What's the YouTube channel?
So I have this shirt on, and since I can't vote, I want everybody else to vote. And maybe if they see this shirt, which I had on last year on my Instagram in November, maybe if they see this shirt, they'll vote. And that's what I want people to do. I want young people to vote. So I hope you guys enjoyed my interview with Girmay Zahilay, and I really had fun making this video and doing that interview, and he really seemed like he wanted to do good things for the city of Seattle. And if he can do good things for the city of Seattle can improve, and that's what we want. And we want young people to vote, because their vote matters. So please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time. Bye!